Hey guys, Christina C. Jones here. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today because I am finally able to film my pre-release thoughts for this pretty baby here, the Unbroken Rose, which is another book in my Roses series. I'm gonna come up with a better name for the series than that. That's a little that's a little weak, and so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna let the brain juices flow and see what else I can come up with something better for that. But we first met the Roses, where we're first introduced to the concept in Deuces Wild, which is Alicia's book, and it's part of, or Ace. That book is part of my High Stakes series. I really recommend you read that one before you read this one. Reinvention of the Rose and The Rose That Got Away, not so much. Those two projects do introduce characters that we're going to see again in the Unbroken Rose, but I think that Deuces is the more important read if you're trying to figure out what should I read first, or what should I read to kind of refresh my memory before I come back to this, because this book, unlike Reinvention of the Rose, I did have a lot of people ask me like, hey, I feel like I'm missing some context. I felt like Reinvention of the Rose stood on its own. I think Unbroken Rose stands on its own a little bit less. I think it needs I do think that it needs the context of at least Deuces Wild to help out, especially considering that we first meet Dasha, Alicia's sister, in the book Deuces Wild, and we see a lot of what happens to her, and a lot of the things that happen to her in that book are part of why I was a little scared. A little scared to come to Dasha's story, because I knew that it was going to be a difficult story to tell, because we're dealing with trafficking and brainwashing and just a lot of really difficult concepts that I introduced in Deuces Wild. But it was really important to me to come back to Dasha to show, after everything that I, as the author, really put her through in Deuces, it was really important to come back and see her have a happily ever after, and have that, just have these good things happen for her. And I was so scared writing her story, like, please, I don't need, like, well, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I was just like pleading with my brain, like, please don't do anything crazy. And there was one point in one of my first outlines that I had for this project, there was some craziness, and I'm so glad that my brain, once I actually got into it and once I started writing it, my brain was like, actually, we're gonna go with this over here. And so I relieved so relieved about that. I'm sorry about, like, if there's any weird, like, audio noise. I cannot get my computer to relax. So that's the fan on my laptop, and I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, just coming back to Dasha, her story is a second chance love story, and that was another thing that was important to me, because I felt like that was necessary for her. Do you hear it ramping up again? I'm so sorry about that. But I felt like it was kind of a necessary thing for her. I think that she needed someone that she would be able to really trust and really be able to bond and connect with in a way that I don't know that she would have been able to do with anybody else. And as much as it's a romance, it's also very much the story of her coming into her own, similar to how Reinvention of the Rose was, and not just coming into her own, but developing her relationship, not just her relationships that aren't just romantic, but her other relationships as well, and getting comfortable with that, and kind of settling into her passions, and just all these different things that were able to come together for her. And so I'm really excited about this project. This project is not going to be available in KU, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, it's very fortunate for those of you guys who read me through libraries, or for those of you guys who read other places than Amazon. I can't put it in KU if I want to be able to if I want to be able to offer access to libraries and all of that, and that's something that's important to me. That's why this project will not be in KU. Trying to think of what else, what other details I need to give. I am already on the narrator's schedule to have this made available in audiobook, so we'll have audio for it soon. We should have audio for Reinvention of the Rose really soon as well, so excited about that. What else? I'm going to be working through the editing and everything. We're looking at, what's today? Today's the 14th, and it's a Monday. You heard it here first. That I am looking at, we're going to say probably December the 16th, even though that is my baby's birthday. We'll see. I may not do that now that I remember that. Well, not that I needed to remember it. I already knew, but now that I made that connection, so it'll this week sometime. We'll work it out and we'll see how it goes. But in any case, y'all know how this goes. Y'all know I can't. I start rambling when I'm trying not to give spoilers, and so I'm going to cut it short here. I'm excited for you guys to read this. I'm really, really excited for you guys to read this. It is, it's a little less than Length of Reinvention of the Rose. If you're someone who that stuff is important to you, this is just my, heads up that it is shorter than Reinvention of the Rose, but longer, much longer than The Rose That Got Away. And I would definitely qualify this one as a romance, even though it's some women's fiction, contemporary fiction as well. I would definitely qualify this one as a romance. So that's all for me today. I'll catch you guys next time. In the meantime, if you're interested in seeing kind of more from me, I've been doing Vlogmas, and I am 14 days strong, honey. I've been getting my footage for today. Today is going to be day 14, and I'm 14 days strong. Only 11 more days, because you only got to do it up through Christmas. So I'm excited to have been getting it done. But anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for supporting me and for supporting my channel, for supporting my work, and I'll holla. Bye. Why do I always do that? What is with that? Why?